Well, hello again. Back at the bass pond. Well, I've been asked several questions about what do you feed your bass. Well, there's two different things that I do feed these bass. They eat fathead minnows, which I have a video posting on that, but I also supplement their feeding with a product called Aquamax from Purina. I use an Aquamax 600, and then I do have a few of the bass that are eating the Aquamax Largemouth, and I'll show you what those are here. Let me back out. So this is the Aquamax 600, which is a smaller pebble, so you can see that there. Bass really do love this stuff. It's got a lot of vitamins, high in protein, and it's almost replicates the nutrition that they get from eating fish. And then for some of the larger ones, I have this Aquamax. Also makes Purina makes a Aquamax Largemouth, and that's what this one is here. I do have a few of the bass that are eating this largemouth, and you can see the difference between the largemouth compared to the Aquamax 600. You can see the difference in the pebble size. For some reason, some of them are up to the largemouth size, some of them still prefer the 600, which is the smaller one. Then for the bluegill, which is really funny because the bluegill, they don't eat this stuff. They like something a little softer. So I use this Tetra Pond Sticks, which is this stuff right here. You can buy this stuff at real inexpensive over at Lowe's warehouse, or maybe Home Depot sells it too. But you can pick a pretty big, good sized bag up of this stuff for right around 14-15 bucks. But you can find the Aquamax. I get it at a local feed store. They sell that, so that's where I can pick it up. But I usually feed these guys in the morning or in the late evening. They seem to be a little less active during the afternoon, but we'll see if some people are hungry. So the bluegill are the only ones that eat this Tetra. So I'll throw this in here and you'll see the bluegill go after this. So here we go. So the bluegill like this Tetra Pond Sticks here. Oh, there goes the bass. Okay, so now we'll supplement feed these bass some of this Aquamax 600. So you can see they go crazy for that stuff. They love that stuff. And it's awesome because it gets a little expensive if you're having to feed fathead minnows all the time to these guys. And we'll throw one of these largemouth in and see if we get somebody to go for it. So they're going a little feisty in there. I'll throw some other stuff in there too. And we'll throw some smaller ones. They sometimes will go for that largemouth and sometimes they won't. So here they come. The bass are coming back. I'll throw some more of these pond sticks in there for the bluegill. And then we'll throw some of this 600 in there for the bass. Yeah, the funny thing about bass is that they don't feed all the time. So you got to get used to that. The largemouth bass usually feed more in the early morning and in the late afternoon. We're just about 1 o'clock here in the afternoon. I wanted to do this now so you could actually see the fish feeding a little bit. The bluegill will eat all the time. They just don't care. But the bass, they don't eat all the time. Their feeding hours, like I said, is in the early morning and the late evening. That's when they become more active and they are more tended to feed. But we'll try one more of these largemouth and see if I get somebody to go after it. But they usually like to stay low during the hot afternoons. Yeah, I'll have to film this again during the evening so you can see the largemouth go after these guys here. But they are trained to take pellet food, so that's nice too, because not all the time does that happen. So, but these were farm raised, so they haven't forgotten what the pellets are, so that's nice. But that just gives you a little, show you what I do feed these bass. I'll be giving them some more fatheads later, and that way you can see that. But that's what I feed these guys. So it's pretty cool. But all right, we'll talk to you later. Thanks.